I'm live. It's Sunday. I don't normally do Sundays, but wow, been to a boot sale. Yeah, good fun indeed. Pleasant weather, great fun. So I'll wait until a couple of people pop in, and then show the bits. I didn't spend a massive amount today, sort of around my usual spend, I suppose. I normally spend anywhere between £30 and £50 if I go to a boot fair. And today was £36. Let me just see if anyone's there. Oh, hello Lex. Hello Lainey. Hello Chris. Wow, people are about. I haven't watched Lex and Carla's yet. I kind of caught a bit of it live when I pulled up at the boot fair and just popped in, said hello and ducked out again. Because you miss that when you actually out boot selling yourself. I'll watch it later. So I thought it's probably easier if I'm going to show what I've got to do it now before I start tidying it up and putting it away. Goodness me, everyone's in. Joan, hello. C. Reeves, hello. Oh, there's Mandy. Kelly, sorry. Oh, I haven't got my glasses on, have I? That doesn't help, does it? Hello. Welsh Wonderneer, hiya. Oh dear, let me just do something with this screen because it's all very small. Right, if I shrink that down, then I can make this a bit bigger. That's better. Hello, Jewel. So yeah, I've got some bits. I knew I wanted to go today. This is a boot sale that is billed as an afternoon boot sale, but actually, as you find out when you rock up in the afternoon and everyone's practically heading out the door, it does actually start in the morning. So it's not a stupidly early one, which is brilliant because sellers turn up, I think, for about 9 o'clock, and then buyers are supposed to be allowed in from 10 o'clock onwards. So I kind of want to rock up there, usually a bit beyond that, to give everyone a chance to set up. The first trip round, there was hardly anyone set up, so I kind of went round again as more people came in. And by the time I left, it really was getting quite full. Lots of people there, social distancing, obviously a little bit optional. I did have my nice little leopard print mask on, but that tends to fog up your glasses, so it wasn't all that. And when it gets really hot, it's horrible. Oh, hello, Karen. Yes, and I was modelling your mask today. I had a couple of people ask me where I got it from, so I told them. Yeah, so I hope everyone's well and enjoying. Well, it's a sunny day here. Yesterday was decidedly not. Chicken in the oven, Lex. I am so envious. Mind you, I have got mussels for my tea tonight, as in moles, the mussels. Quite looking forward to that because that's a bit of a rarity. What did I get? Well, I suppose I can show you the biggest things first. I don't think Louise is in. I think she's probably got other things to do on a Sunday afternoon. But one of the earliest things I bought was curtains. I do buy curtains, and these are very. I saw this pattern on the floor. Thought I don't know what it is. It's not one of my Liberty or ones that I instantly recognised, but I could tell that these were triple pinch pleat tops, which usually means they're from some big country house, and they're very professionally made. Blah blah blah. And so it proves with these. They've got these really weird hooks on them. In fact, one's come out. They're like this. So if you ever see these, that's what they're for. And they kind of hook in like that. I think they're hooking at this thing. Who are these made by? Graber. There we go. So I saw this pattern and thought, okay, I'll have a look at them. Normally you see a nice pattern of curtain, it turns out it's either got some great big hole in it, it's been eaten by mice, or it's got some stonky great stain on it, or they're very short curtains. I think they are Sanderson. Thank you, Kath. I think they're Sanderson. I haven't been in and looked at the hem and stuff, but they are very long. So each one is a good old width. They're obviously from an old house. And they are very long indeed. Even by my tall standards, they are taller than I am. You can't see. Way taller than I am. So they're probably about sort of 6 to 7 foot long. But they're beautifully made. They're all professionally lined. And they may well be a somewhat, yes, posh hooks. That's probably the technical term for them, actually. Posh hooks. They've been very well made. They're all sort of hemmed down, so you can't get behind to see what the fabric... hang on. Crowson fabric. Crowson fabrics, they're quite good. Made in England, so properly vintage. So I'm just having a look along the little hem, because sometimes they'll give you a name, which then makes it so much easier for selling them, because people are on the lookout for particular things. But I may have to do that at some other point in time. Go all the way along the selvage to see the name. But it's Crowson fabrics, which are very much in the same ballpark as Sanderson in terms of quality. They're really nice sateen cotton. And I've actually got 4 of these. There were 2 pairs. Because I saw another one, thought, oh, is that a pelmet or something? Because these are kind of those sort of swag jobs, aren't they? Swags and tags. And in fact, there were another pair of curtains that I think are the same size. I've yet to actually measure them up properly and ensure that they are. But I thought, even for the fabric, how much they cost me? The whole, all 4 curtains was £4. So I wasn't going to leave them behind, even if they were nothing. Hello, Antoinette Daly. Hello. £4. I mean, so of course, once I filled my cart up with that, and I got a couple of other bits. I had to go back to the car, unload it all, and then come back in again. But they are stupendous. And this, I know pink and green is having a moment. It seems to be having a bit of a thing fashion-wise. It's floral, it's cottagecore, it's country house, it's all of those things. And yes, it's posh hooks. I've got to figure out which one that's come off, because there's 4 of the blighters. So I will pick up curtains. There's quite a lot of very big old houses down here, and when someone has a clear out, you get some extraordinary things. It's huge. I was just blown away by that. I thought, well, this is going to be a good day. And that was, I really didn't, because I picked up the first one, £2. I'm like, okay, what are those over there? Such a lovely thing. Obviously, someone clearing out perhaps a parent's property, I'm guessing. Now, all right, we'll do the jewellery bits, because I didn't buy lots. I dug around in a lot of bags and things to try and find what I could find. First thing I found I've got what I paid for things, haven't I? See, I'm organised this time. Because what I do is I put how much I've spent, and then I photograph all the stuff, so that just so I've got a record really. Right, this is a nice red glass. It's glass beads. It looks rather plasticky, but they're glass, and they're really nice. There we are with the round clasp. They just had such a nice weight, and they're so vibrant. I love red, so I'm just drawn to it like a magnet. I think they were. Where's it gone? Might have been £1, 50p or £1, something like that. So that was piece number 1. Piece number right, the second lot of stuff I paid £4 for all of these, and I know Big Chunky Jewellery is having a bit of a moment. These are textured, so it's that lovely brutalist thing. I think they are ladies rather than men's, and I know I have a hefty old wrist. They're not branded or anything, but I just thought, well, they basically worked out at £1 each, I suppose, or just over £1 each, and they got a nice weight. Here we go. So that's kind of not really me, are they? Bit bling, a bit gangsterish, proper ghetto. Yes, proper ghetto. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. We're going to make a dress. We could make a lot of dresses out of those. If somebody really wanted to. I think they'll probably keep them as curtains, though, because they're in quite good nick. So I've actually got 2 of those. Exactly the same. So I thought, well, why not? This was quite near the beginning, and I just wanted to, how you have to get your eye in, don't you? You have to buy something. Yeah. Thanks, Noah. Yeah, lovely pieces. I just cannot resist. Bright red and bright blue, I'm drawn to. And blue and green as a combination, and coral and turquoise as a combination. There's certain things that just make me feel happy to look at them. And these did. There is a little wear to these. There's gold tone beads between. But they're so nicely made. There's a little rub to the gold tone beads, but you'd never see it when you were wearing it. Just fabulous. There we go. Goes well with the Nirvana t-shirt, doesn't it, really? But, I love them. Love things like that. Oops. So those. And then I also picked up, I like little boxes of things. It's good to do with a bit of a polish. But these have obviously never been worn or taken out of the box. Again, that very textured gold tone 70s sort of brutalist style. I have been selling brutalist style cufflinks and things. They are moving. So yours is greens. I'm quite drawn to greens. Orange. Yeah. I can see that. It's the vibrancy, isn't it, of the colours. Right. These I had to have. These cost me £1. But how pretty. So I'll try and stop them jingling about. They're enamel cloisonne. Little, come brighter again. Little flowers. Sorry, I'm looking tired. I was up late last night. Seeing a friend. It was really nice to see a friend. They're just so cute. They're obviously vintage. I was drawn to them initially because of the sort of gold-coloured glass. Oh, hello. Have you sat down now? You can try and keep up with the chat. It's not easy to do. These are just so well made. And I thought, how cute. Someone is going to look amazing in these. I do like them. I thought like that. Very, very cute. And it's blues again. I was drawn to them because they were bright and vibrant. They were a proper close look. There we are, little glass beads on them. So they're real quality things. They clearly weren't cheaply made. And I thought, I know someone is going to look fabulous in these. And the best thing for £1, because we all have a bit of Art Deco, are these. Now there's one tiny crystal that is missing. But I picked up one. I actually literally said to the guy, I bet there's not another one of these in there. And then I found the other one. I think you can see there. One of them is definitely missing. Missing a crystal. There, I think I can just see it. Just there's a tiny little gap. I may give these to my wonderful friend Anne, who might be able to fix them because they are beautiful. Just there. I mean, yeah. So pretty. I guess they might be shoe clips. They don't clip together to make a belt. They're not one of those. But you know, they're quite well constructed. They're definitely older. And they're just fabulous. What's not to love, really? I love anything with that sort of blue and white combination. It's just so lovely. Oh yeah, there's another stone missing there. There we go. There's one missing there, one missing a bit further up here. Excuse the ratty nails. But yeah, I completely fell in love with those, and I thought I'm going to have those for £1. Why would you not? There was an awful lot of rubbish stuff about, though, it has to be said. Yeah, that's missing a stone too. So this one's missing a tiny stone. This one's missing a tiny stone, and the one at the bottom. I might just give those to my friend Anne to have and enjoy and repair. We'll see. Depends what kind of a week we had. I've had quite low sales these last few days. Today so far has been a no sale day, but I have got an auction item that has a bid on it that's ending tonight at £90. So that will save my day. But the fact that nothing else has sold, yeah, it's kind of weird. Yes, Anne. Hello, Anne. They are just so cute. I don't know. I suppose, do you put them on a shoe? I suppose you could always pin them on something. Doesn't really look the part, does it? Not with an ever on a shirt. But to think how old they must be, it's that's it. Get it stuck in your collar. Yeah, lovely. Just beautiful. So that was the jewellery. You know, there wasn't a huge amount of jewellery. I seem to have bought half the grass with me as well. And the rest of it is sort of clothes and the like. Steal of the day. Doc Martens. I think these got overlooked because they didn't have the airwear label coming out the bottom. But they are. Those definitely. And they don't look like they've hardly been worn. But of course they have the Dr. Martens on the side. And they're meant to look like this sort of scuffy. They're a bit dusty. And they're a size 7. Which would probably fit me. But they're really heavy. They are really heavy. Yeah, you see, I'm not sure if this is the original heel or whether someone's put one on the bottom. But if they have put one on the bottom, they've made a very nice job of it. Sort of a Chelsea boot with a heel. I paid £5 for these. I don't mind paying £5 for Doc Martens because I know, you know, there's at least sort of 40 quid in them. So That's all right. Don't mind paying up for some things. That's fair enough. Generally, I like buying things cheap, cheap, cheap. Oil, fat, acid, petrol, alkali resistant, apparently. Made in England. Are they still made in England, Doc Martens? I didn't think they were. A vintage black dress with a square neckline. They would, and they would look wonderful. And of course, Had Biscuit. Lex is the doyenne of DMs. I haven't worn mine actually, because the weather sort of went from being really eek, well, I didn't want to get them covered in mud, to really hot. So I haven't actually unearthed mine this year. Got a very pink pair of DMs. This is just it's a bag I picked up for me, but it's leather, and I really like it when they do have these sort of details with the adjustable straps. Picked it up for me because my other handbag is pretty much falling apart, and this came with 38 free pence in the bag, and it only cost me £1, so it actually cost me less than £1. It's a Clark's bag, crafted. I don't know if these have any value, but I was looking for something sturdy and compartmenty, and it smells a bit cupboardy though, to be fair. I might air that. I was looking for something very hard wearing, because I tend to muller my bags completely. So, right. This was £1. It's a little vintage velvet skirt. Quite a diddy size, but it's a pencil skirt in velvet. And I find these sort of things aren't going to fly out the door right now, but certainly as the weather changes. I don't know this brand. It's obviously a vintage one. La Jeune. It says it's a size 14. Not in my world, it's not. Nope, that's probably a 10, if that. So it's quite old. Yeah. So that was £1. And hang on, let me just double check. 5. Right, okay. Okay. This was only £1 then. I paid £1 for this. Do you know what it is yet? Do we know the brand? I think there's a lot of people out there that will recognise this. It's like a jackety coat type assembly. It's sort of after the style of Desigual, but it isn't. It's Joe Brown's. So, bizarrely, it doesn't tell me what size it is. It's quite a small size. It says love on it. How cute is that? Love. Clark's bags are good quality. That's one of the reasons I grabbed it, Corinne. I thought it's not particularly for resale, although what tends to happen is I use them for 5 minutes and decide they're not right for me and then sell them. This is a 12. Oh, I thought it was smaller than that. Well, okay. That's a size 12. I think it needs a bit of an airing and a bit of a Febreze. So that will be going outside because it's a little bit sweaty. Yep. So, and for another £1, same stall. This little piece of madness. You know me, that is right an eyeful, isn't it? In fact, it looks brighter on there than it does here. It's a light padded little vintage jacket from St. Michael at Marks and Spencer's. And these things go. I mean, you know, I wouldn't wear it. I don't know though. I don't think it's really me. But for £1, yeah, Joe Brown's, well done. I always forget there's that little bit of a delay between me saying something and it appearing in YouTube land. But yeah, funny, quirky little thing that. But that's the sort of stuff I like picking up, especially for £1. I know someone will love it. In fact, it'd go quite well with that velvet skirt for a true 80s look, because we all love a bit of the 80s. And talking of 80s, £2 bought me. Here's a bit of 80s. This 80s studded leather jacket. This is leather. This is old. This is definitely 80s. Oh, you can just smell the 80s in there. It's all made of pieces of leather. That was quite a thing for using. I suppose it was probably cheaper. Tiny bit of rust on that one. We might give that a bit of a silicone clean up, but it's in surprisingly good nick for the 80s. I don't know what size it is. It says it's a 12. It won't be. It's funny, vintage old stuff is fine. Is this a keeper? What do you think? Here we go. Oh, I can't really show you. If I do show you, you'll just get in the middle of me. So it's a crop length which doesn't suit me at all. But it's got all these studs on it. Yeah, far too small for me, but hey, I think someone will like that. It's not too batwing, not too big. And for £2, I couldn't not really, and it doesn't appear to be missing sequins. It's not overly cupboardy in fragrance. The zips appear to work. So yeah, what's not to love really? Well, don't break it now. Get carried away. Oh, there you go. Sorry, don't make you feel seasick. Brass. Well, there you go. It really is. It was 80s, but yeah, you could see a brossette in that with the stonewashed jeans and the t-shirt. I was not one, may I just say. It's got shoulder pads too, though. It's got nice squidgy shoulder pads. Well made. Don't see a brand in it, but then hang on a minute. What's this? Oh yes, Curavine X leather, real leather. So yeah, that was telling me it was real leather. That's all, but there's no brand. But you know, with things like this, it's the style. It's just so cool. Yeah. Excellent. That was a good pickup. I mean, £1. Who can argue with that? This was £2. This I picked up because it was unusual and a bit fugly. And it's a completely different style, much more preppy in style, really. It's a kind of a nubuck. And it is a ladies, I worked out, because I wasn't sure. It's had a bit of a life. So it's got some waist cinches there, so it's more of a... It's got a bit of a mark, which I will try and see if I can get off, but, you know, one does what one can. What I quite liked about it and what attracted me to it, well, the fact it was only £2, is the fact that it's all lined out with a wool, tweedy wool, and it said Lone Pine American made. Small. So I thought it's a good quality thing. You know, that is probably a long tail item. You sit for a while until someone decides they love it. But I don't mind with some things. I like stocking things that are weird and wonderful. And that was certainly both of those. A bit modern, maybe. Yeah, possibly. It's just when you feel something, you know that the leather, it's just really nicely made. I can't leave something behind if it's that good. The lining's cool. In fact, if you'd had a jacket in that would have been cool too. So very vintage, because I'm trying to get more vintage stuff in and just move a little away from the everyday stuff. But of course, if it's cheap enough, you buy it, don't you? Nearly at the bottom now. You see, it's the curtains that took up all the space. Here's a bit of madness. I have quite good luck with this sort of thing. This may sit for a while because it's a ski suit. It's one of those, look at that. It's not as much an eyeful as some of them you get, and it has faded in places. But again, I got this for £2, so I thought, you know, even if that sits somewhere away until things get going again, it was worth doing. There's all these metal bits. The brand is St. Moritz. St. Moritz, what's that say? I can't really read it. And it was quite a decent size. You know, it wasn't a little one. So it's Collection St. Moritz Sportswear. So this is going to be late 80s, I would imagine. It's just mad. And it is a big size. So they do go, that kind of old retro ski wear. You can see how it's a bit faded there. You can see it's faded off. But I'm not sure anyone will mind. And at £2, I didn't mind. They went through a phase of pricing these up quite heavily in the charity shops once they got wind. Oh, God, it's giving me an itchy nose, though. 100% polyester through and through. A bit gentle focus, yes, quite possibly. Right, the last two items. Again, I paid out for these, but I knew they were genuine. I was chatting to the man who ran the stall. He was moving house, just downsizing, getting rid of everything. And because these were kind of special ones, there's one here. When they had this big embroidered patch on, I mean, I think they're hideous, but there you go. There's a certain kind of gent that likes to wear these. This is a Madrid one with a big pony on, a number 2, and it has a big number 2 on the back. It's blue label, custom fit, and of course I do what everybody should do, is make sure. Oh, where have I gone? My camera was unplugged. Let me just see what's happened there and why we're having issues, because that's annoying. I'm assuming you guys can hear me, but you can't see me. Let's see if we can. Back in the room. Maybe I pressed something. What I always do, obviously, is check out that the labels look right. They have these proper fabric sewn in labels. And these do. So we got that lovely blue one there. This is Madrid. Did I show you the Madrid one? There we go. Yeah, we had the Paris one and the Madrid one, both with a number 2 on. So there we go. There we go. There's the other one. Paris. And this is number 5. I don't know what the significance of the numbers is. And they are actually an extra large, which helps. Big sizes. Looks barely worn. I think there's decent money in these. I paid £4 each, which isn't, a bit more than I like to pay for clothes generally. But when I'm sure it's going to be something good, and I've had these things before, even ones that have been surprisingly sort of faded and worn. I'm so sorry, Cat. Do you mind? I'm doing you live. That's Tinker. What is it? Don't come and shout at me when I'm on live. It's not nice. It's rude. Shall I put that there then? Is that in your way? Oh God! Well, you can go in the bag if you want to. Honestly, isn't it a thing with cats that have a thing about bags? Endlessly sniffing the bags, wants to get in them. So yeah, this one's all very. I mean, it's all very over the top, isn't it? Really, but people like them. People do like them. So all of that, was a grand total spend of £36. I can't tell you what I'm going to make, but the curtains themselves are going to pay back more than that per pair. I'm pretty sure that there's probably a good at least £40 a pair in those curtains when I've looked them over carefully and measured them and done my comps and all that. Oh, hello, Double Karma. Kitty, yes. Come on, Kitty. Come here. Lex wants to see you. Come here. Oh, now you walk off with the tail in the air. Sorry, no cat bum treats today. He just stalked off in stiff-legged fashion. So, you want me, you can't have me. I'm off. But there you go. So yeah, that was today's little spend up. Not bad. I've kind of got a thing where I really want to fill my boots at boot fairs over the next few weeks, because who knows how things are going to progress in winter, and I never want to be out of stock. And there's good pickings to be had. Like I say, the mask goes on, the sanitizer's out, but I just get stuck in. I just try and get on with it. Yeah, it's always an adventure, isn't it? Going to a boot fair at the best of times, but certainly at the moment. It was quite good today. This particular one runs on a Saturday and a Sunday, but apparently yesterday was quite rainy here, and it wasn't up to much, so today was a lot better. I'm probably going to go again next week, and the week after that there's plans where I might go with one of my friends, because she wants to sell stuff. So she has the stall. My son comes along with a load of Nerf guns that he wants to sell. Yes, Nerf guns, because I can't be doing Nerf guns. And he'll get to keep the money. So he needs to think out his strategies, pricing, and identify what's what. Do it properly. And they'll probably go within the first 5 minutes, I'm sure. And someone will scoop them up. He's got lots of them. And some of them is even modded to make them more powerful, which I think is a slight risk. If a small child gets hold of it, sort of bladam, and ends up sort of flattened on its back on the floor. And then I can basically go around the boot fair and fill my boots again. So happy days. So thank you for joining me. No problem. Happy to share. I have to do it as soon as I get it though, because once I start putting stuff away and it all gets mixed up, it's not good. So my little happy haul for today. I hope you all have good boot fair hauls. I'm going to be seeing what Lex and Carla got this morning when I catch up in a minute. And no doubt I will see you all soon. So thank you for joining, and take care now. And it's going to be awkward ways because we've got to end broadcast. I nearly just left the studio then, which would have been very stupid. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, loves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, lovelies.